I'm sitting here, he's sitting there, and she's like in the middle of us. And I'm making my spliff, my joint, but I'm seeing him and how the smirk on his face and how happy he becomes. She's stepping over all her obstacles. With her kings and queens, she's short and spicy, short and spicy. It's the love of God, she's holding her own. Welcome back to Short and Spicy Nikks. This is your girl Nikki speaking. How you guys doing today? Sometimes we give people so much power over us and we don't really realize until it's too late or until the damage is already done. But I've always considered myself a very confident person, and there are times when my insecurities gets the best of me, and being a mother of 4 and watching your body go through some things that, it could be depressing on its own. And on this episode of How I Know My Children's Father Hated Me, I'm gonna let you know just how this person that I laid down with and had 4 beautiful children for would make me feel at times like I was nothing, all superficial, because of how my body did change. And in another sense, when he sees that it's hurting me, try to gaslight me or manipulating me by saying, oh, I say things that I know is going to hurt you and that I know you don't like. These things don't bother me. Like, I have issues with the fact that my breasts are not as firm as it was when I was younger, or my stomach is loose, and those things bothers me. And he would use those things to really try to step on my emotions. Now, this one time, and it doesn't have to do with these issues that I'm listing. I'm just saying that to put it out there to show the insecurities that I battled with. And still up to this day, I battle with those insecurities, to be honest with you. But on this one occasion, it was while the children and I, we were all homeless. And I was in the shelter. And while in the shelter, I met a few young ladies that we developed, a close bond with. And when everyone was getting their places to move into, we would share the journey. And at the time, I used to smoke marijuana. So I was close with one of the girls. Her name is Kamisha. We are no longer on speaking terms, but, everyone went their separate ways because I had to take myself away from toxic situations and being spoken down to. I was already dealing with that in my relationship. And when I find individuals out there, yes, I was interrupted by Rael, my 11-year-old. Like I was saying, I take myself from toxic situations, basically, because not today. I'm not going to deal with that. Find somebody else to do it. I have enough on my plate to deal with, right? And that's the road I took with this individual and ghosted her because she was becoming very verbally abusive, And yeah. So anywho, while we were okay and she got her place, I introduced him to her because he would come to the shelter, pick me up. One of the other girls got her place and we went to her house opening. That's another story I'll share with you all. But on this occasion, I was going to go chill at Kamisha's house, and another girl from the shelter was going to be there that was friends with Kamisha as well. And while they already were at Kamisha's house, Kamisha and the other girl from the shelter was there. I went to go get him at his mother's house, and we went to Kamisha's house. And we got there, but when I got him, he's always drunk already, or, free for all. He's not working at his mother's house, just like he's a young child. Out there, go chill with his friends. They sit down, smoke, drink, whatever, talk nonsense. And look, woman, him and I got to Kamisha's house. And we're there, and I'm billing up my marijuana because I was smoking that time. And we're there just chilling, sitting down and everything. Then someone came to Kamisha's door. She went to the door and opened the door for the person. The person came in, was her cousin. The cousin came in, she introduced, us to the cousin, and him and I are sitting in one couch. Kamisha is standing. She's in and out of her kitchen. And the other girl, I think, is over in front in another couch. And, I'm billing up the spliff and everything. And you're there. You already have insecurities. You know how insulting or embarrassing your so-called partner can be. And I could just read the room and read him and read the disrespect coming on. And she comes in, and I don't know how long into her being there, she ended up being between us, in the middle of us. I'm sitting here, he's sitting there, and she's like in the middle of us. And I'm making my spliff, my joint, but I'm seeing him and how the smirk on his face and how happy he becomes. And when she's talking and she mentioned her name, and he realized that it's someone that grew up in the neighborhood that he grew up in, Falstaff. And she's like, yeah. And he's asking her, are you related to this and that and that? And and they're having their conversation, and I'm there, and she's telling him how his brother, which is his nephew, if you watch videos on my platform, you'll realize that his sister passed away after having her son. And that son, his mother grew him and that son together as they grew up as brothers. So she's letting him know, your brother made my life a living hell growing up, and da 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 da. And he's like, yeah, I didn't know that. Oh my. And she's telling the story, and basically she was traumatized. And my friend Kamisha at the time, was saying, yeah, I don't play with people in my family, and they're having, and I'm just there doing what I'm doing. And, but the whole time he's looking her up and down, just looking her up and down, looking her, and just constantly looking at her bum, because she's a girl. She has a good shape and everything, but I'm just sitting there, and let me tell you, if I could dig a hole and go down in that hole, how embarrassed this guy made me, I would have. And she gave her card to me saying she does traveling and something, travel agent, if I want to, vacation and something like that. And I took the card. I really wasn't paying attention. I was just so extremely upset, but not trying to make a fool of myself and, act out of character or anything like that. During the time, he went to go to the door, and he said, Kamisha, come here. And he called Kamisha to the door. And up to this day, I don't know what the conversation was that he had with Kamisha, that he couldn't speak. But let me tell you, sometimes the individuals that you're with could be the worst thing possible in your life. Looking back, I could tell that this guy really hated me. He had no respect for me, no regards of my feelings. And that would be a reason for him to gaslight me. If I ever acted out of character at that time, he would have made it to look like I was overreacting. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel. Put your notification bell on so you can be notified of new uploads and live stream. We're blessed and highly favored.